So, in the last class we started talking about Booth's algorithm. Booth's algorithm already we said how it helps speed up the process using two techniques. One is already we already taught in the last class. Today we will talk one more, that is carry save addition. So, before going into the carry save addition, so we will be trying to explore why that Booth's algorithm work. So, in last class we talk about the topic is like why does Booth's algorithm work. Okay. So, first we talk about the positive number. Let us say we have a positive number here. Okay. So, as we know that multiplier bit basically decides the what to do, means in a sense ki whether we will do for addition, subtraction, or otherwise we will not do any kind of operation. So, we are talking about the Booth's algorithm. Okay. Booth's algorithm, as you know, if you start 0 1, so that means we have to do subtraction, right. So, we did it a minus m. Now, if it is 1 0, then we said ki we have to do addition, okay. And if it is 0 0 or 1 1, we will not do no operation, no addition or subtraction, no operation means. Okay. So, see suppose if you have a positive number here, so then we can easily write here, there is no issue here, but interestingly this can be written as 2 to the power 5 minus 2 to the power 1. Okay. So, then so whatever we do the operation, so it is remain m into 30, that is the multiplier value. Okay. So, essentially what we are doing here, 2 to the power 5 minus 2 to the power 1. So, therefore, whenever we will get the block of 1s, string of 1, it can be length 1, then what we do it, this term can be written as 2 to the power 7 minus 2 to the power 3. So, this position is 0, this position is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we have a position 1 started in this block, 1 started at the position 3rd and end with the position 6. So, this can be written as 2 to the power 7 minus 2 to the power 3. Similarly, this is another block of 1 with length 1. Okay. So, then 0 1. Okay. So, 0 1 means what? 0 1 means we can write ki 2 to the power 2 minus 2 to the power 1. So, 2 to the power 7 minus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2 minus 2 to the power 1. So, therefore, what we can do it, say let us say what we are doing here, see whenever we have 0 1, whenever we have 0 1, what we do, we need to subtract it. At which position? We subtract at the position 1. So, therefore, 2 to the power 1. Now, what we do 1 0, whenever we get 1 0, we need to add it, and that is why we do plus 2 to the power 2. Okay. Next is 1 1, we are not doing any operation, but we are moving on the left side. As I said, just moving on the left side means we are adding, we are multiplying by 2. So, therefore, we moving here, and then again we get the value 1 0. 1 0 means again what we have to do, we have to add it. So, therefore, we are adding here 2 to the power 7. In between, I think I missed this one. This one is nothing but 0 to 1. So, then we have to subtract it. So, that is minus 2 to the power 3. So, that is why this algorithm is working. We have that m into 30 we had, and then this is also we are coming m into, if you this one and this one if you add it. So, that ones also you will get m into 30. Okay. So, that is why Booth's algorithm is working for the positive number. Okay. Now, we will talk about the for negative number. Okay. For any negative number, what we can do? We can write, say negative number can be represented as, so 1, obviously there should be 1 instead of 0 because it is a negative number, and then it can be any value x n minus 1, x minus 2, x n minus 3 to x 0. So, let us say we can get a values, let us say suppose we can write 6, right. What is the value? 0, okay, not 0. So, let us say 6 is 1 1 0, then you can write 0 0 1, okay, 0 0 1, and then you add it. So, 1 0 1 0 0 0, okay. So, that is 0 1 0 is the 2's complement, and then you represent say is multiple bits, so let us say this all will be 1. So, this is something called is minus 6. So, therefore, any negative number in the sign bit must be 1, that is I am writing here 1, okay. And then x n minus 1 whatever the value here, in this case what we can write minus 6 equal to, so 1, and then x n minus 1 is 1, okay. So, this is let us say x n minus 1 position, next is x n minus 2, this is also 1, and then 0 1 0, okay. So, let us say x any negative number 1, so it should be x n minus 2, x n minus 3, x n minus 4, x n minus 5 to last number is x 0. So, we are considering the n bit representation, okay. Let us say the example we are talking about 1 1 0, okay. So, 1 1 0 means 0 0 1 and you add 1. So, you will get 1 0 1. So, this is nothing but minus 6 here, okay. Okay. So, now if you want to represent, so one more bit 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 bit, this is remain minus 6, okay. So, let us say you represent much smaller bit. So, let us say 0 1 0 1 1. So, 1 2 3 4 5. So, 5 bit this is also equal to minus 6. So, if this is the case, this can be written as, so this is x 0, this is sorry, this is x 1, this is x 2, this is x 3 and this will be x n minus 1 bit, okay, because number of bit is 1 2 3 4 5, okay, starting from 0. So, it will be 4, okay, x 4 bit, okay. So, x 0, x 1, x 2, x 3 and it will be x 4 bit. So, for any negative number we can represent it minus 2 to the power n minus 1 plus x into n minus 2 into 2 to the power n minus 2 plus x into n minus 3 into 2 to the power n minus 3 and so on x 0. So, x 0 into 2 to the power x 0 2 to the power 0. Okay. So, this we can write how we can write. So, it is 0 1 2 3 4. So, we can write minus 2 to the power 4 plus 1 into 2 to the power 3 plus 0 plus 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 0. What is this value? Minus 2 to the power 4 means 16 plus 2 to the power 3 means 8 plus 0 plus 2. So, this is nothing but minus 6. So, therefore, any negative number we can write with this value. So, again if you see the negative number, okay. So, here you can put many 1 because this is 1 2 3 4 5 bits. So, now if you want to represent in 8 bits, so then what we have to do, this will be fixed 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. So, this is also equivalent to minus 6. What is the quick observation you can make from here? See, sign bit is 1 and then 1 1 1 1 and starting 0 here. So, therefore, for any negative number, okay, you will get somewhere 0 here. So, it can be in x n minus 2 position. So, n minus 2 position or it can be anywhere. So, therefore, we need to identify this first 0 occurring from the leftmost position. Okay. Let us say this position is k. Okay. So, therefore, in this number say we assume there is a position called x k which is basically 0. On the left side all are 1 and on the right side we have the some number. So, therefore, we can write x equal to 1 1 1 1 0 all are 1 in between, and then we can write x k minus 1 x k minus 2 to x 0, and after this position obviously this position will have 1 and this value will be, this is k position, this should be k plus 1 position. So, exactly the x whatever value we wrote it exactly the same way I am writing here. Okay. So, now in this 1, okay. So, entire value what we wrote, this is equal to minus 2 to the power n minus 1. So, now you consider from this position to this position here, this is all 1. So, earlier we learned if you have a consecutive 1, so that we can write it what 2 to the power, this was n minus 2, we can write 2 to the power n minus 1 minus 2 to the power k plus 1. 0 we cannot do anything, plus whatever the value x k minus 1 into 2 to the power k minus 1 plus x k minus 2 into 2 to the power k minus 2 and so on. X 0 means what, we can write x 0 into 2 to the power 0. So, this is clear because this part we are writing here, earlier we wrote this part, basically we are writing from this part to somewhere up to k 0, this is representing this part. Now, this will cancel out. So, therefore, what we can write minus 2 to the power k plus 1 plus 0, that is okay, plus x k minus 1 into 2 to the power k minus 1 plus x k minus 2 into 2 to the power k minus 2 to x 0 into 2 to the power 0. So, therefore, any negative number that is minus 6, what, how we can write it? So, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, wherever 0, so here what we do it, what we did it here, minus 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to, this is okay, okay. So, what we do it wherever the 0 is there, okay, wherever 0. So, 0 1 2 from the left position, if it is a negative number, wherever the 0 in the next position. So, wherever the 0 in the next position we can put minus and then rest of the thing we can write in plus. So, therefore, let us try whether it is working or not. Let us say for this value, what is that, 1 1 0 1 0, right. So, this can be written as 0 1 2 0 1 2 3. So, we can write minus 2 to the power 3 plus 0 plus 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 0 into 2 to the power 0. What is this? This is minus 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0. So, this is nothing but minus 6. So, therefore, now we come back to the Booth's algorithm. In Booth's algorithm, what we do it? That is we do, right. So, whenever we find 0 to 1, we have to subtract it, and then 1 to 0, we have to add it, and 0 to 1 again we have to subtract it. So, therefore, 0 to 1 we have to subtract 0 1 2 3 positions. So, therefore, 0 to 1 we are subtracting here, and then 0 to 1 we are adding here. Okay. So, this is remain same whatever we do. So, that is why the Booth's algorithm is working fine. So, let us take one last example here. So, let us say we want to multiply m into 1 1 1, okay, let me write directly 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 0 1 0. So, this is nothing but the same thing, okay, that is minus 6. So, these can be written as m into 0 1 2 3, right. So, minus 2 to the power 3 0 1, okay, plus 2 to the power 1, that is we did it. So, this is nothing but m into minus 2 to the power 3 plus, okay. So, what we do it here, here. So, this is one, what we can do, we can go from 0 to 1, that means we have to 0 to 1 means we have to subtract, okay. Then 1 to 0 we have to add into 2 position here, then 0 to 1, what is that 0 to 1, again we have to subtract, okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. So, what this is what? This is 8 minus 8 plus 4 minus 2, okay. So, this is we can write. So, that is why Booth's algorithm is working, whether it is a positive number or negative number. So, now we will move to a algorithm or a technique is called the carry save addition. Summand or partial product of the multiplication. We are talking about the multiplication. We have seen using Booth's algorithm. Another way, if you see the Booth's algorithm also provide the partial product, whether you beat pair or not, finally it will provide the partial product, okay. So, those partial product, if you can add in a very faster manner, so therefore, the multiplication algorithm also will be much faster. So, this is the basic idea of the carry save addition. So, therefore, what we do it, we go from the scratch. So, now we for getting the partial product, either we can use the Booth's algorithm or we can use some traditional method. We already focused already using Booth's algorithm, we can do it. So, now at the end we will get some partial product and we have to add them. Now, our focus will be how much faster way we can add this partial product or summand. So, this is the same thing, okay. So, now we are focusing here, suppose any example we can take it here, let us say we have the multiplicand m0, m1, m2, m3. So, 4 bit, you can take any 4 bits, and then we have the multiplier. So, this is, let us say we can write m stand for multiplicand, this is multiplier, q0, then q1, q2, q3. So, then what we can write m0 q0, m1 q0, m2 q0, m3 q0. Next m0 q1, then m1 q1, m2 q1, m3 q1. Again what we can write it m0 q2, m1 q2, m2 q2, m3 q3. Similarly, you can write it m0 q3, m3 q2, right. So, m0 q3, m1 q3, m2 q3, m3 q3. That is we do, right. So, here this we can write it p0, this is p1, this is p2, this is p3, this is p4, p5, there is some problem, p0, p1, p2, p3, p4, p5, p6 and then p7 will be the carry. So, total 8 bits. Okay. Now, what we have to do it? We have to add, say we are adding this term and carry we are moving on the left side, right. So, here we are adding and carry also moving on the left side. So, that is the way we do it. Okay. So, this entire thing can be done using full adder, simple full adder. So, let us say we are not using any other complex techniques, because we cannot use here the carry look ahead adder, we will be using later on. Okay. So, we will use simple full adder, wherever the carry will give you the carry will take the 2 gate delay. Now, we will design a circuit for doing this entire operation. Okay. So, therefore, I need to remember this entire part here, and then we need to draw the circuit in the next slide. What we can do it? First term is M0 Q0, that is nothing but the AND gate, right. We can get the with M0 Q0. Then M1 Q0, then M2 Q0, M3 Q0. This will basically will give the P0 in earlier, right. This is P0. Now, to get the P1, what we have to do? You have to add M0 Q0 and M0 Q1. Okay. So, all this M0 Q1, M2 Q2 can be generated at the same time using AND gate. So, it will take only single gate delay. So, now what you do it? We can put a full adder here, we can put a full adder here, we can put full adder here, so this full adder one input will come from directly first row in the previous circuit. Okay, what is that? First row is this one, this is first partial product or first summand, whatever you say. So, partial product, or you can say first summand. Okay. So, now what you do it? Full adder will have 3 inputs. Okay. So, another input you can give from second row, that is M0 Q1. Second input you can give M1 Q1. Second input you can give M2 Q1. Okay. And this also you can give, that is M3 Q1, another you can give 0 here. And then what you can do, whatever the addition is there, you can propagate it here as a ripple carry, you can propagate it here, you can propagate it here. And now, if you carefully see here, so in P1 is already done, so this is addition. Now, what you have to do? You have to add this part with along this value here, we have to add whatever the value, that result should be added with M0 Q2. So, therefore, we should have a circuit here, you have to leave here, this is done, this result is directly P1. Now, we should have a circuit here, that circuit results will come from here, and input we should give from in the same style, that is M0 Q1 is done. So, M0 Q2. So, here also we will have, here we should have M0 is done, M0 M1 Q2, here we should put M2 Q2, this should be added here, this should be added here, and here this should be obviously 0, no input, because 3 inputs. Okay. So, now we should have a 4. So, M2 Q2. So, we should have M3 Q2 and this will have the out here. So, this is full adder, this is full adder, this is full adder, this is full adder. So, now we completed the third row 0, 1, 2, second starting from 0. So, third row we completed. Now, we have another summand. So, therefore, again we have to leave it here. So, this will give you results will give you P0, P1, P2, we can check it. So, P0, P1, P2 will start M0 Q2, M2 Q0, M1 Q1. Okay. So, M2 Q0 we got it, M1 Q1 we got it, M0 Q2 we got it. So, this will give you P2. Now, what we have to do, again we have full adder here, we have full adder here, we have full adder here and we have full adder here. Okay. So, here results will come here, then what you can do it, here you can write M0 Q3, results will come here, here M1 Q3. Okay. Results will come here, this will be M2 Q3. Okay. So, similarly, here what we can do it here, this will come here, this will be M3 Q3. Okay. So, now this will give you results P3, obviously this will be 0. Okay. P3, this result will give P4, this result will give P5, this result will give P6 and this carry will give P7. Now, what will be the delay? See, here we assume that each full adder will have 2 gate delay. So, this will be 2 to 4, 6, 8. So, these output will be taking 8 gate delay. So, whenever 8 gate delay will be there, so these output will come here and this output come here. After a 8 gate delay, this output will come. So, it will take another 2 gate delay and then this will take another 2 gate delay to reach here. So, therefore, gate delay will start from here and then it will propagate here, here and then up to week 7. So, total gate delay will be like that. So, this is something with the ripple carry. So, that gate delay is basically we are feeding one output carry out from one full adder to another full adder, one full adder to another full adder or until unless see it completes, it cannot complete this part. So, therefore, after completion this part only this will be it is possible to do it. Even see within a row each full adder cannot be independent, because so whenever it wants to perform it has to complete previous all 3 gates. So, therefore, within a row we have at least the number of what is called number of terms, okay, that into multiplied into 2 will be the gate delay. Similarly, after completing this one this output will come, but this is not sufficient, it cannot operate until only this output comes. So, therefore, this is 8, this will take 2. So, 8 plus 2 10. So, after completing this part it will come here, okay. It will come here, then it will take another 2. So, 10 plus 2, okay, 12 and after that only it will take. So, 14 gate delay as we can analyze here. So, but this is also a use. So, therefore, what we can do it, instead of rippling the carry on the left side in a row, what we can do it, we can cut this one, we can cut this one, we can cut this one, we can allow the each full adder run parallelly. Instead of adding carry on the next bit position, what we can do it? We can feed this carry in this position here, we can feed this carry here, we can feed this carry here, we can feed this carry here. So, there should not be any term like this one. So, result will be remain same. So, that is something called the carry save addition. Carry is saved in the next right position. Okay. So, that we will discuss in the next class.